Hello, my name is Dalila Jusic-LaBerge, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I help divorced women heal so they can be able to start a new healthy relationship. Definitely. Obviously, many people survive. The question is how they manage. But I actually go for saying it's not only possible, it's even you can actually reemerge better than ever before. And the reason why I say this, divorce is a very traumatic event. It's one of the most difficult transitions in our life. And at that point, we can actually pause and re-examine our values, because when we get married in our 20s or even 30s, we go in it with certain criteria. And we usually kind of do what society tells us that we need to do. We marry somebody based on their demographics, the way they look, but it doesn't necessarily turn out to be the best way for us. And then we may even grow in different direction from that person. And as women, we are focused on so much on helping others around us, our children, and serving others, and we rarely pause to think what it is that we need. And divorce can be a great time to actually start thinking about ourselves and figure out who we really are. Maybe you are a high power attorney, but maybe you want to herd sheep in Sicily. I'm just joking, but something along those lines. So divorce gives us that opportunity to re-examine ourselves, who we are, what we are about, and then we can decide how we want to live our lives. And that can actually prove to be better than before after we get to that authentic place. Well, uh, it's easy to say, just think positively. And, after you get divorced, there is so many negative emotions, obviously, when we are going through divorce with our partner. But if you focus more on negative emotions, we have to be conscious and aware of that. If you focus more on negative emotions, they will linger longer. What you nurture, that will grow. So, one of the most important aspects that I emphasize is being compassionate, first of all, towards yourself. Avoid being critical of yourself. Avoid thinking, oh, I should be over this, and beating yourself up. So that's one thing. But the other thing is to kind of heal that anger and bitterness that you feel towards your ex. Avoid the best way to do that is avoid focusing on him. What I mean by that, I mean, instead of thinking, oh, why did he do this? Why did he leave me? Why did he cheat on me? Etc. I suggest focusing on yourself, as I described in your first question. Who am I and what it is that I need now? Obviously, relationship with him didn't work out, but what do I need that can help you kind of figure out who you are again, and kind of determine how you can live your life and take more positive attitude. The other way is focus on positives of current situations. Think of, there are many advantages, obviously, of being married, but there are many advantages of being single. Just a simple kind of a stupid example is going to a restaurant where two of you kind of always, it can wind up going to a place where he orders where he likes to eat. Maybe you never, thought of what you like. Maybe you always wind up eating salads because there is nothing for you to eat. Maybe now you can go to places that you really enjoy. Maybe you can go to that trip and go to those museums that you never went because you kind of go along with, family and what he's into. This is just an example, but there are different ways in which you can relish this moment of being alone, uh, depending on a person. Well, relationships are difficult, and breakups are just so hurtful. So it's just natural to feel very hurt after divorce, regardless of who initiates it. We go through grief regardless of whether you initiated the divorce or he did. So, first of all, you spend a long time together, and you know that grief still is not, stays there. So I would allow yourself to go through that grief and acknowledge, there are some positives of the relationship, but now it's ended. Another way how divorce is also difficult is it affects our self-esteem negatively. Many people feel as failure due to divorce, and you can overcome these feelings. Obviously, it will take some time, but if you focus, as I already emphasized, on yourself and take active approach, you can emerge stronger and happier than before. So some of the suggestions that I would give is get additional support. Obviously, we all need support at times, especially in these difficult times. Individual therapy can be a great place for some people, and it can help you get through this and heal quite well if you find the right therapist. Another way is to join some support group for divorced people or women, depending on what your needs are. It's very helpful to be surrounded with people who are going through the same difficulties as you are. And make sure to spend time with family and friends who are not judgmental. You know who those people are in your life. So kind of focus more on them and spend more time with these people. Well, um, it is a lonely time, and maybe it's good to be alone at this time, right after you divorce. As I always emphasize, it's important to heal first before you start a relationship. Now, being lonely doesn't mean it's not the same as alone. You can be alone and not feel lonely, or you can be actually lonely in a relationship. So, whatever your decision is, whether you want to be with somebody, whether you want to start a new relationship, healing is the first part. And as I already emphasized above, you can go through therapy, support groups, all of the above, depending on how fast you want to go through the process. Uh, and that healing process involves figuring out who you are and finding your passions and engaging in some fun activities. Another thing that I suggest is getting involved more in the community. There are different groups of people that can enjoy the same activities as you, and that can help you also rediscover some old passions. Many of us actually leave our passions when we get married. Life is very difficult. There are so many obligations, and some of our old passions may be put way on the back burner. So now you can bring them back. For instance, the way to socialize. There are organized group. One of them is meetup groups. And if you Google, if you search anything that you want, crocheting, or dog lovers, hikers, you can find a meetup for pretty much for anything in your town, I believe. So another thing is, again, as I said, surround yourself with loving people. Maybe go for a trip. You can visit some of your family or friends across the ocean, or somebody across the state or across the country, and spend some time with them to start just new, depending on how you feel and your other obligations in life, obviously. Well, there's so many ways in which you can get help. What matters is that you heal and explore what your goals are. So, again, working with a good therapist can help you become healthy to kind of be able to come up with your own goals. Or if you need something more specific, you can also hire a coach if you want to do some career coaching that can be very helpful, or date coaches, anything specific like that that can be helpful for figuring out your future goals and how to actually get to accomplish those goals. It's important that you give yourself some time to grieve prior to embarking new things in life. As I said, uh, it's good to go through this process of healing, and then because when we enter our marriages younger, our priorities and expectations from life and partner are different. When you go through divorce, you lose sense of identity in personal life and in the community. So, as I said already, it's one of the most challenging moments in life. Once you feel strong and whole again, you can explore new purpose and consider a new career. Uh, this may be something that you gave up in the past due to many obligations in your marriage. So, again, working with a therapist or a coach regarding your career needs can be very helpful. I want to say I know how difficult this is for people. I went through that myself, but I also want to tell you that this is the time to focus on yourself. Just like you're so good at taking care of others, your children, and maybe your career and everything else. You're so good at accomplishing so many tasks. You can do this. Now is the time to uh, take this task as a priority yourself. So I hope the best for everybody, and that's it.